second jar in our Shii Cho, our first of our lightsaber systems, our styles that we practice, is for the right side. We did the left side, the moon cha jar. Now we're going to have the sun cha jar, right? So it's still high, it's on the right side, and it's still a 6-count flow pattern that we're looking at. In fact, once you have a good grasp of the first one, the second one will come much easier, because it is really a mirror image of the first one. So be sure you know the first one well.